the new Majorcraft Seabass Custom worth the price point? Dude, here's 5 reasons why I really think it is. I don't do very many tackle reviews or things like that. Mainly it's all fishing, but I really do think that this rod deserves a full-on review. It's a little bit weird to be doing a rod review in November, but I've had to have time to use this rod, dude. I've had it since July, and I've used it every session since then. I've put it through its paces, and I can tell you, I'm not being paid for this. I'm not sponsored by or being paid or anything like that. Nobody's asked me to do this. I'm doing this off my own back. The Majorcraft Seabass Custom Marc Cowling Edition is an absolute weapon. It's not just a bass rod. It is a refined, purpose-built, well thought out piece of kit, dude. So we're gonna go over the 5 things that set this rod apart and is an absolute game changer for bass anglers, man. So first of all, what we're gonna talk about is this rod tip, dude. This rod tip is absolutely something else. It's softer in the last third towards the tip, around about right here, to be fair. It's actually, they've actually made it 25% softer than the original ones. And actually, dude, it gives you smooth, forgiving action that it just makes it super easy to use a whole variety of different lures, man. Soft plastics like I'm using now, surface lures, metals. Dude, the tip section being softer just gives it a whole, dude, it just gives it a whole different feel, man. You can feel everything. You know when you cast out soft plastic and you want to find the drop-offs? Dude, find them with this, man. It's so sensitive. You can feel everything, every little knock, everything. So if something's just like nibbling on it, pop, 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 pop. This little rod tippy bit right here, dude. You can feel that. You can feel everything, dude. It's freaking awesome. Soft plastics, not an issue. Like you saw before, I mean, this is a 5-gram head and it's just whipping it right out there, man. Surface lures on this rod, I mean, my favorite, 95. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. The tip action to walk the dog on a surface lure with this rod tip is something else, dude. I'm not entirely sure that you can see where that lure is. I don't think that you can, but the tip action is absolutely brilliant for your surface lures, dude. Small ones, big ones. Them making the tip section a little bit softer has upped the level on your sensitivity and the way that you can work lures and stuff, dude. Dude, it's phenomenal, man. And let's not forget about metals. This rod, it wings them out. Boom! That's gone to the moon, dude. Effortless casting with this rod, man. Effortless. Next thing we're going to talk about is the sensitivity and the finesse properties with this rod, dude. I can't stand here and not cast. Because of them softening the tip of this rod, you can feel everything. Every bump, every hit. When you're on the bottom, you can feel what's on the bottom. If there's a fish out there and it's smelling the lure, it's just swimming around the lure, this rod will feel it, dude. I'm certain. The casting weight is 6 to 32 grams. It's a different type of casting weight. Usually you get 7 to 35 or something like that, but 6 to 32 makes it a brilliant rod for casting all types of lures. I mean, I've got a 17 gram on now and it's not even phasing it. I mean, you can cast 125, 110, 26 gram metals without a problem. No problem at all, man. Now we all know that rod length is crucial in the bass rod. Whether you are fishing on the coast, if you're fishing in the harbors, if you're fishing in the estuaries, rivers, whatever, you need a rod that's gonna fish all of those things. So I'm thinking that this Seabass Custom at 8'8" is, dude, it's the sweet spot, man. It's perfect for all of those spots, man. It's not a heavy rod. It's rated as a medium light rod. and it gives you the right amount of power, the right amount of balance, the right amount of everything, dude. It is, like I said earlier, this is a well thought out piece of kit. I've never really been a fan of the cork handle, but I really do think that Majorcraft has nailed it on this one, dude. If you want to think about it, from butt section to this part right here is 46 centimeters. I've just measured that on my bass measure, and if you're out there, you don't want to get your measure out, you're waist deep in the water. The handle measures 46 centimeters. And what I'm thinking, before I got into Majorcraft, the cork is a nice little nudge back to some nostalgia, dude, with the Sky Road and things like that, man. I've heard a lot about the Sky Road, and I wish I had that rod, but having this, I think it's pretty damn close. And then after the handle, we got some pretty cool aesthetic upgrades, dude. You've got the white whipping around the whatchajiggets, and this right here, these two dots, that saves you so much time fiddling around trying to line up the eyes, dude. And I honestly think that these little details to this rod, it just adds like a polished, nice look to it, a nice feel to it. When you're holding this rod, it's just like, I've got some serious kit right here, man. So here's a cool bit of news about this rod. The original Seabass Custom and the Seabass Custom Cork Edition, they were limited edition rods. So once they're out in circularization, you know what I'm talking about, that's it. They're not gonna do another run of them, but the Marc Cowling Edition is not limited edition. So it's out there, man, and you can get it. You need to get this rod. Another thing that I really like about this rod is it only comes in the 8'8". So you don't have to be thinking, oh, do I need a 9 foot? Do I need a 9'6"? Do I need a 9'2"? No, you don't. All you need is the 8'8", because that's all it comes in, dude. And this model is all about practicality and badassness, man. I'm telling you. So really, guys, if you're in the market for a new rod, I cannot recommend the Majorcraft Seabass Custom Marc Cowling Edition enough. I would say, I've used a lot of rods, man. I've used Tailwalk, which I absolutely adore. I have used Appia, I've used Shimano rods. I've used both of the other Seabass Custom rods, and I'm really gutted because I ended up selling them. But this one, the Marc Cowling Edition, I would have to say, out of all those rods, this is the best rod that I have used in a very, very long time. So in answer to the question at the beginning of the video, is this rod worth the money? Abso-freaking-lutely.